Hi everyone, I'm Brandy Oswald, the founder of Do It Naturally, an online business focusing on yoga and natural living that's set to launch in early May. And I'm super excited that Tara Lee invited me to be here today. I spend my days teaching yoga and leading sustainability and natural living workshops and programs. And similarly to the rest of you, I spend a lot of my time trying to rock my life. And so excited to be here. Thanks to Tara Lee for inviting me to chat here about the topic of natural living through our spring cleansing rituals, and specifically cleansing our sexual wellness routine. So when it comes to spring cleanses, we often head straight to our juicers. We run out to our favorite workout classes. We head to our closets ready to Marie Kondo the crap out of all of our clothes and items that we own. But in our spring cleansing excitement, we often forget a really important aspect of our wellness routine, and that's our sexual health supplies. That's right. Today, I'm talking about condoms, lube, undies, and our birth control options, and how we can include that area of our life into our spring cleansing practices. Now, I've personally found that it's so much easier to rock our lives when we're fully connected to our wild rhythms within. This means getting things back to nature. This means primal, organic, eco-friendly, body-friendly in all the ways that we can be. And I mean, who doesn't want a more primal, natural, wild sex life? Am I right? And so the dirty truth here about most of our sexual wellness routines is that it's pumped full of chemicals. From condoms to lubes and birth control to our period control, there are chemicals everywhere. And all of these chemicals throw off our pH, creating issues like yeast infections, bacterial infections, and other uncomfortable irritations. These chemicals also contribute to many more serious conditions like hormone disruption and even potentially leading to serious illness and cancers. So today I'm here to offer up some exciting ways to clean up your sexual wellness routine this spring so that you can get down and dirty while remaining clean and natural. So first topic we're going to talk about as we look into cleansing our sexual wellness routines are condoms. Most condoms on the market are covered in lubricants, in chemicals that contain a bunch of gross, toxic elements, including parabens and other hormone-disrupting compounds. Condoms often contain nitrosamine, a carcinogen that naturally occurs in latex. And to make matters worse, the condom market is really overrun with male-focused messaging like Trojan warrior mascots, macho language and imagery, and little emphasis on the millions of women and transgendered people that also buy and use condoms every day. And so it's for these reasons that I love to recommend cleaning up our sexual wellness routine by investing in Sustain Natural condoms. Sustain Natural is a wellness-forward brand of sexual health products and feminine health products. And so I love supporting and promoting these Sustain Natural condoms to clean up our sex routines because they're paraben-free, so they lessen the amount of those hormone-disrupting chemicals, and they're put through a special process that helps to eliminate the ability for nitrosamine, that compound in latex, to be given off as it heats up. So Sustain Natural has been able to ditch some of the harsh chemicals that we see in many traditional condom brands, as well as decreasing the latex's ability to give off those dangerous nitrosamines. And as a female-led company, Sustain Natural has done an amazing job with its packaging, branding and messaging to make sure that it's welcoming to all condom users, not just those who identify with the traditional male energy persona. And so until using Sustain Natural condoms, I, as a woman, always felt really uncomfortable shopping for condoms because it felt like they weren't meant to be purchased by me. From the really dark colors on the packaging to the macho taglines and male-oriented brand names, I never felt like I belonged in the condom aisle. And now, thanks to Sustain Natural, I totally walk right up to the cashier, check out proudly with my gender-neutral box of all-natural condoms, and feel really excited to do so. Some other awesome added bonuses about these natural condoms are that they're crazy smooth, like smoother than any other condom I've used, natural or otherwise. And they don't leave behind an awful aftertaste because they are made with some more natural compounds. And I don't know about you, but eliminating that awful aftertaste makes sex life much more enjoyable because sometimes there still are some other jobs we might want to do after using a condom. I know you know what I mean. So, first step to cleaning up our sexual wellness routine as we move into our spring cleanses is to rethink the way we're buying condoms, so that we can be using condoms that are made with more natural ingredients, more natural lubricants, and are packaged in a way that feels more natural for us to be using and buying. And the second step that I love to talk about when discussing cleaning up our sexual wellness routine is lube. Now, we all know lube makes sex downright amazing. However, most lubes on the market are full, again, of parabens, of petroleum-based ingredients, and other chemicals that we wouldn't knowingly want to put in our bodies. And out on the market now, there are some great alternatives to these traditional paraben-filled, petroleum-based, ingredient-filled lubes. We now have options for some great aloe-based lubricants, as well as alternatives to all of these chemical-laden products. Again, here's where I love to talk about the company Sustain Natural because they offer some really great natural lubricants as well as natural condoms. The lubes are all water-based. They have aloe in them, which makes them really soothing, really smooth, and they're gentle on our most sensitive areas, which is hugely important when we're talking about sexual wellness. The other great thing here, much like their condoms, is they don't have that gross aftertaste. And while we're not all sitting around here eating lubes, we do know that it happens that we are performing other activities and are able to taste them. And we want one that's safe to eat if that happens, safe to be ingested, and doesn't freaking taste awful. And Sustain does a really good job at ensuring both of those things. And so I think the best news here with these Sustain Natural condoms is they are natural and safe for our sensitive areas, and they're safe to use with condoms, which a lot of oil-based lubricants are not. But I will say my favorite go-to natural lubricant is super simple. You likely have it in your kitchen cabinet or in your bathroom in your beauty routine already. It is coconut oil. Virgin, unrefined, organic coconut oil is an amazing natural lubricant, especially for folks who have really sensitive vaginas, because it is helpful in fighting unwanted bacteria and microbes. It's really soothing, as well as smooth and natural, and cuts down on those artificial ingredients that are often in the traditional lubricants on the market. Another super amazing thing about coconut oil, if you choose to use it, it's safe to eat. Most of us eat it every day, so we don't have to worry about ingesting the coconut oil that we may be adding into our sexual wellness routines. So I like to say coconut oil is safe to eat and it's safe to play. But it's really important to remember, if you choose to use coconut oil or other natural oils or even oil-based lubricants, they cannot be used with condoms because they break down the integrity of the latex condoms. So oil-based lubes are not to be used in those situations, but rather in situations where condoms are not needed. And so that brings me to our third topic here, our third way to clean up our sexual wellness routines as we move into our spring cleansing, and that is our birth control methods. So we live in a world where it's just assumed that most women are on hormonal birth control. And those of us who aren't are often thought of as a minority and, well, downright risky. And the honest truth is that birth control is a choice that affects people of all genders. It is not a simple feminine issue only, which means we need to be having open, honest conversations about it. Birth control decisions are extremely personal and should be made in a way that best fits your unique lifestyle. I will support your right to choose your birth control method all day, every day. Now, with that being said, just as with traditional condoms, the risk of dangerous chemicals and side effects also come with hormonal birth control options. There are simply some folks, myself included, who can't tolerate hormonal birth control for a variety of physical, personal, emotional reasons. And hormonal birth control options like the pill and the hormonal IUD alter a woman's natural hormonal state and create a state in which it's ineffective for the body to sustain a pregnancy. And in doing so, our hormones get sent on an unnatural ride. Because our bodies grow to depend on the synthetic hormones in these hormonal birth control options, we end up, both while on and off of birth control, often developing some issues with hormonal imbalance. And this is because our bodies are becoming dependent on the synthetic hormones and therefore not necessarily producing enough of our own estrogen, progesterone, and other needed sex hormones to balance in our bodies naturally while on and definitely as we move off of birth control, hormonal birth control options. And so this hormone imbalance that happens can lead to an issue called estrogen dominance. And this is a state in which the body has more estrogen-like hormones, estrogen-like compounds and chemicals than it does other sex hormones like progesterone, testosterone, and otherwise. And this creates a whole host of symptoms, including cystic acne, PMS issues, fibroids, breast tenderness, and can lead to more serious issues like estrogen-related cancers, including uterine, cervical, and breast cancers. So it's for this reason that many sexually active individuals are cleansing their birth control routines and considering more natural birth control options that help support a healthy, natural hormone state in our bodies. And so with that said, I really want to point out that if hormonal birth control feels like the best option for you and your lifestyle and where you're at, I will never, ever, ever knock you for that being your decision. It is 100% a highly personal decision to choose your birth control options, both as an individual and with your partners. And I want to respect that. I do, however, just want to offer up that for many of us, we're struggling both as individuals, as females who are using hormonal birth control, and also our partners. We're struggling in a lot of ways to feel unhappy with only hormonal birth control options, which is why I offer up the fact that for many of us, these hormonal options are pumping our bodies with synthetic hormones that we're not able to fully live with comfortably. And so we need to be able to move our bodies back towards their natural hormonal state to really rock our lives. And so my favorite natural birth control options are what's called fertility awareness-based methods. That's right. Simply by tracking a woman's monthly hormonal cycle she can prevent pregnancy. Now, this is because the sperm, once in the body, can only survive for up to 5 or 6 days inside the body. And an egg, once released from a woman's ovaries, can only survive for 24 hours. So this means that biologically, scientifically proven, a woman can only conceive, can only become pregnant for up to 7 days a month. 6 days for the length of sperm life and 1 day for the egg. And so using keen fertility awareness signals and tracking methods, a woman is able to learn when this 7-day fertile window is occurring and use this information to avoid intercourse or to use alternative methods of birth control like natural condoms while in this fertile window. In all other times of the month, no other birth control is required because it's simply biologically impossible for the woman to become pregnant unless she should release another egg in the same month, which is extremely unlikely for most of us. And the good news here is that I know firsthand that natural birth control works because I've been using it personally for the past 7 years with a 100% effective rate. That's right, no synthetic hormones, fewer condoms, only using them during that 7-day fertile window, and I'm being able to live in a rhythm with my natural cycles. It's really quite magical. So for those of you who find yourself struggling with hormonal birth control options, natural birth control fertility awareness methods are a fantastic way to cleanse your sexual wellness routine and get back to that natural state in your body. And often a lot of us experience a boost in our sex drive and our libidos once our hormones start to sync back up to their natural rhythm, which is also a major plus. And so lastly, as we talk about spring cleaning our sexual wellness routine, I want to talk about what happens in that phase of your month where you're feeling much less sexual. And I'm talking about, for all those ladies out there, I'm talking about the period week. So many menstruating babes don't realize that feminine health products are also full of chemicals. Recently, I read that the average pad contains more than 4 plastic shopping bags full of plastic. And I don't know about you, but I do not want to walk around all day with more than 4 plastic shopping bags rubbing up against my vagina. And the same goes for tampons. There's microplastics in there, plastic-derived materials, and petroleum-derived materials that are heavily present along with fiber bleaching and other chemical-filled processes just to make those little tampons that we shove inside our bodies every month without even thinking. But the good news is we're totally in luck because there are some phenomenal brands out there that have launched new sustainable menstruation products that can help clean up our wellness routine. And so my personal favorite, if you follow me on Instagram, you know I'm obsessed, is the brand Thinx. I am a straight up Thinx groupie. I've been using Thinx products for over 5 years now as pretty much my only menstruation product. And so I actually talk about Thinx so much that they reach out to me to let me offer $10 off to anyone who shops their site using after having listened to me sing the praises of their products, which I think goes to show how awesome they are. And so Thinx offers up a few really awesome options for sustainable, natural menstruation. The first of which is reusable period underwear that can be used completely on their own or as a backup for tampons and cups and other period supplies. And so I choose to wear my Thinx underwear completely on their own and love the freedom and empowerment I feel from free flowing and creating zero waste while on my period. Literally nothing gets thrown out. Nothing gets flushed down the toilet. And Thinx also has a reusable tampon applicator for those who just aren't quite ready to ditch tampons but don't want to be throwing out plastic applicators every single time they go to the bathroom. So Thinx created this awesome reusable, easy to clean tampon applicator that you simply buy the applicator-free tampons and insert them into this applicator that you can use over and over again. Some other great reusable panty options while on your period to really clean up your routine and ditch those plastic-filled products are fleece pads and underwear from companies like Luna Pads. They were a company that I used on my heavier days to have a little extra support. Another amazing product in the realm of menstruation wellness to cleanse that phase of your month are menstrual cups. These are body-safe, medical-grade silicone cups that catch discharge rather than absorbing it, which helps prevent excess drying and irritation while on your period. And these cups are easily washable, reusable, and can be worn for upwards of 6 hours without changing, and you can use them month over month over month for years before needing to replace them. Some brands of menstrual cups that I really like are Sustain Natural. They have their own brand of menstrual cup. There's also the Diva Cup and the Moon Cup as well, and they come in several different sizes so that you can meet your own flow and body shape. And then for the folks that just aren't ready to go reusable but want to trade chemical, plastic-filled pads and tampons, a great option are organic pads, organic cotton pads and tampons. And companies like Sustain Natural, 7th Generation, Lola, and NatraCare offer a wide variety, different sizes, absorbencies of pads, tampons, liners, all made with 100% cotton. And the major plus here is that compared to traditional products, these organic cotton options are dyed with peroxide rather than bleach, which often gives off a carcinogen known as dioxide that we just don't want to have living in our bodies. And these 100% organic cotton varieties often come completely unscented, which means we're not adding any artificial fragrance bullcrap inside our bodies every time we need to change a pad or change a tampon. And so these are amazing ways to clean up, to spring clean your period week of the month. And so just to review here, I want to run back through the different ways we talked about cleansing your sexual wellness routine. So the very first way, as you move into spring cleaning, to cleanse your sexual wellness routine is to not forget about it. When you're getting your juicer out, when you're scheduling your workout classes, when you're Marie Kondoing your closet, asking, does this bring me joy? We have to do the same thing for our sexual wellness routine. And the first place to start is reevaluating the condoms that you choose to use and to find more natural, gentler options like those from Sustain Natural that include latex that has been treated to decrease some of the carcinogens that happen when using latex and to get rid of parabens, phthalates, and those chemicals that are very aggravating and can be harmful to our bodies. The second way to cleanse your sexual wellness routine is through choosing gentler, more natural lubricants. Again, Sustain Natural here, but there are many other types of lubricants you can choose, trying to find ones that are water-based, that have aloe, soothing natural ingredients, and fewer preservatives, petroleum-based ingredients, and things that are harsh on our bodies. And again, my all-time favorite to use is coconut oil. Safe to eat, safe to play, as long as you're not needing to use it alongside a condom. And then from there, we also talked about birth control options. We often kind of forget about birth control options. We either write it off as just a completely female issue that the rest of the genders don't need to consider, or we just assume that everyone's on hormonal birth control because it's the only option other than condoms. But that's really not true. We can cleanse our sexual wellness routine by considering fertility awareness-based birth control methods that allow us to sync up our bodies with our natural hormonal state and to really identify the times each month that we're actually pregnant and use that information to prevent conceiving a child and becoming pregnant. And then lastly, we talked about what to do during that phase of the month where you're just not feeling that sexual because you might be on your period. And so to clean up that realm of your life, we're looking at using reusable natural period supplies like Thinx underwear and reusable tampon applicators, as well as medical grade silicone menstrual cups and organic cotton pads and tampons. Awesome. So there you have it. A full list of ways that you can cleanse your sexual wellness routine as you're spring cleaning the rest of your life. And I want to offer it up for those folks who are interested in diving deeper into these practices. I do offer some ways to begin working with reusable menstrual supplies and natural fertility awareness-based birth control through one-on-one coaching services with myself and some programs that are soon to launch, virtual programs to help walk you through the process of shifting your habits, transforming your life so that you can really be confident in using natural birth control and reusable period